Hello, welcome to Sicily. Now, I'm probably not going to figure that high up on your list of people to feel sorry for this week, because I'm here to drive this, the new Ferrari California. We have acres of blue sky to test out this folding hardtop roof. We have mile after mile after mile of twisting Sicilian roads to find out what this new, all new 453 horsepower V8 engine is like. We even have an overweight, balding, middle-aged bloke to tell us what the typical customer is going to make of it. And so, I think, without further ado, we better go and find out. The chaps at Ferrari are very keen that you think of this car as a GT car rather than an out-and-out sports car, as you might expect from a more normal Ferrari. And in the cabin that they've created with this car, there are all sorts of things that you can point to show that. The steering column adjusts electrically up and down, in and out. The seats also electrically adjustable. Very tellingly, in my view, when you start the car, the 7-speed automatic transmission actually defaults to its automatic mode, not to its manual mode. Other Ferraris don't do that. Look around the rest of the cabin. It's a mixture, really. I like the main analog dials, but it's got this little TFT screen by it with the minor ancillary dials for oil temperature and oil pressure, and I don't think that works very well. I have to say, when I first got into the car, I looked down at this aluminium fillet, this center console here, and I thought that looks a bit contrived, but now I've been in the car for a couple of hours and I'm actually beginning to quite like it. Overall, the design of the cabin is pretty good, but I do wish they'd do something a bit better than provide the same navigation system that we have on our long-term 300C Chrysler. You know, this is a Ferrari, this is 143,320 pounds worth of motor cars. You'd think they could do a bit better than that. But of course, the key thing about this car, the thing that distinguishes it from any other Ferrari that's ever been built, is this folding retractable hardtop. So, let's pull over and see how it works. Ferrari claims that this roof really does combine the best of both worlds. You obviously get all the security, all the refinement of the hardtop, but at the same time, they say it is actually every bit as light as a fabric top. And, as my glamorous assistant will now demonstrate, it can be raised or lower in just 14 seconds. Now, as we can see, the rear screen sandwiches on top of the roof, the boot lid comes back up, and any minute now it will all disappear into the back of the car. Back comes down the boot lid, up go the windows, and after just a little bit of mucking about, it's all done. Pretty good, I would say. Now, if you look at this car on paper, as I did before I came out here, you're likely to be a bit disappointed. There are some cold, hard facts about this car which, you know, you've just got to be aware of. This is a car with 453 horsepower. That sounds like a lot, but it's actually 30 less than an F430. But it also weighs 1,735 kilograms, which is more than a 599 GTB. So what we're looking at, if I can put it another way, is a car with a power-to-weight ratio inferior to that of a Porsche 911 Carrera S. Whereas an F430 Spider power-to-weight ratio is superior to that of a 911 Turbo. This car shouldn't be anything like as quick as it feels. Right, so now I've got the bad news out of the way. The good news is, none of it matters. This car is fantastic. I was so concerned that it wouldn't feel like a Ferrari, that it wouldn't even feel that fast. But it does. This 7-speed automatic gearbox, which changes gear like that. It's just wonderful. The engine is so urgent. It has such a wonderful spread of torque. Any gear you like, the thing just goes. This isn't just a quick car. This is a quick and proper Ferrari, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. One of the problems you have with the California, at least if you drive it fairly quickly, is you're going to be doing this a lot. We've done 84 miles before the reserve light came on, and although it's kind of funny, I guess, if you've got one of these and you're using it as a GT car, you don't want to be stopping every couple of hours to drop another 100 quid into the tank, but at least here in Sicily, you're never going to be short of attention from the locals. You can enjoy this car going around the corner. You can enjoy this car in a straight line. But you won't really be able to say you have experienced everything it has to offer until you can find yourself one of these things coming up straight ahead. It's a tunnel, and what you need to do is, as you approach, drop a couple of gears, and the moment you go into it, give it everything. Well, it's now the early evening and I've been in the California since early this morning. We've done 2 tanks of gas, and if you'd told me this morning how much fun we were going to have today, frankly, I really don't think I'd have believed you. This is traditionally the part of the video where I should recall its main rivals, things like the Aston DB9 Volante, the Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet, and of course the Mercedes SL65, and say that before I can judge definitively which one is best, we need to get them all together on the same piece of road. But I don't feel like doing that today. This car is so good that if it doesn't knock them all into the middle of next week, I will come back onto camera and take this courageously styled Ferrari California branded hat that they gave me this morning and eat it in front of you all.